Dun 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 dun. Oh wait, wrong camera. There we go. Alrighty, welcome back to another Getting Projects Done with me, Chris. We're continuing work on the Reductus Saboteur. And as you can see here, we have not done much since the last time we were slapping some paint down onto this model. And yeah, we were working on the head last. And you can see I got the goggles pretty much where I wanted to. I just got to finish off the straps. Just put a little highlight on that collar. And in fact, we can probably glue this into place right now. I did want to kind of fix up those eyes though. It doesn't really show it on camera here, but her bottom eyelid, it almost seems like there's no separation between that and her cheekbone. So I'd like to create a little bit more separation. The only thing is though is I'm kind of nervous about, making that eyeball disappear and what have yous. So, but anyway, yeah, I'm joined today by Barfin Sheep over on the Discord. We're just chatting. Basically, I'm spilling the beans to Barfin Sheep when in private conversations. If anybody's wondering what we're talking about. Spilling the beans. Shogun Ka, William Ka. Hey, there he is. This is a fun monkey day. Yes, it is. Sophie, wow. Hey, Chris in chat. Hey, Sophie. Hopefully everybody's having a little bit of fun. Hopefully getting a little bit of work done. Or maybe you're just chilling out. I don't know. Either way. Glad you're here. And, yeah, let's just get to work. All right. You know what? Let's get back to the head. Because we can and we shall. So like I said, I want to finish off the straps. Good leather color. I think I used Sigor Brown contrast for that. Any ideas?
No. I go with snake bites and gore grunts.
So basically what you're telling me is that you're no good to me alive.
Fucking kill me.
That's awful.
I usually just use the thing you taught me actually, with the undercoating and then going with the snake bite leather.
Yeah. I think what I'm gonna do.
If I want it red, I go for gore grunts. That's like red.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna go with a bit of a brown strap. So I think I'm going to start off with some Mornfang Brown. And then we'll throw... You know what, for gigs? Just for giggles. Yeah, let's do this. Just for giggles, we're going to use Bugman Glow as our highlight. Just for giggles. Sophie, is it Heinz? And are you going to mop them up after spilling them? Oh, Heinz beans? Yeah. Heinz beans? That's a fun word to say. Heinz beans. So who's that? Oh, that's Heinz beans.
Who the fuck is Heinz? Was nice my counters.
It's fucking bean counter.
Yeah.
Alright, give that a little shake. Oh, got a model. Ended up in my palette. Nice. Let's work down this way. We'll go back down to this end of the palette. Yeah, so we're going to just do a little bit of highlighting. I mean, we probably could get to the other straps and such with this color, like the backpack and what have yous. See, like really quick details like the backpack, the contrast alone did quite a bit. And so do I really feel it necessary to go in there and mess with all those colors? I don't know. Oh, somebody joined us. Who dat? Oh, it's Hale. Mr. Boop. Good time. Everybody's voices are really quiet. Is somebody messing with my speakers again? All right. Turn that up a bit. Beep, 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 beep. Yeah. Yeah, we'll play with a little bit of this brown. Slappy-vous onto the palette.
Didn't know you spoke French.
What's that?
Didn't know you spoke French.
Yeah. Despite having a French last name, I do not speak French at all. Or very well. Whatever amount of French I do retain. Grab a little bit of water.
You like eating frog, gotcha.
I like eating frog?
I made a French joke.
Oh, I do like eating frog.
Oh, okay. No, there's your French part. Like,
Little bit of glaze. Yeah. Up here, I want to be a little bit careful. I don't want to drift too far over. Yeah, we'll carry it right over here.
so what are we doing? Oh, working on David.
Yeah, I'm playing with the Genestealer. And Barfing is working on Eschers. So the question becomes, what are you working on?
Yeah, what am I ever working on?
I always assume a hangover, but I could be wrong. That kind of makes you sound like a bit of an elkie, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, maybe 2-3 years ago, but I've cut down on my drink.
Yeah, that's good.
And the smoke.
And the smoking?
Haven't fully quit, but
Yeah, I know, it's tough.
it's a lot.
I know.
Borderline painful.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say painful for me, but there are times where it's like, I could really have the smoker.
Yeah, you know, like it's...
Like, shitty days. I wouldn't really like a smoker.
Oh, I hear you on that one.
Like, I'm trying to quit. Just kind of sit there.
Yeah. No, and for all you youngins out there, don't take it up. Mind you, there's not supposed to be any youngins in here, but...
In the United States, even though it's supposed to be like an 18+ street, in the United States, you gotta be 21 to smoke now.
Just like drinking. Mm-hmm. Okay. Can we get into that space without messing it all up? Damn right. Can we get in this space? Damn right we can. Damn Skippy.
Oh, yeah. It's amazing. Quickly forget I bought.
It's amazing what?
How quickly I forget I bought some. I got a notification that I'm going to be delivered.
Ah.
My local store tomorrow. Like, oh yeah, forgot I bought it.
Gotcha. Actually, I was actually going to post something on the Discord just to kind of notify everybody. I think next week I might not be doing any streams. Because I am going to concentrate on a few other videos that I want to get to. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on producing a few fresh tips.
I was going to say, Chris actually wants to get something done at GW sends him while it's still around.
Not in so many words, but yeah. Who dat joining us now? Oh, Scott, what's happening, buddy?
Nothing. It's working from home. I'd pop in for a little bit.
Well, welcome.
What is a Reductus Saboteur?
A Reductus Saboteur is this figure right here on screen. Minus the head, of course. I'm still working on the head. It's this figure. It's the character for the Genestealer Cult. It came.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it comes in the what the hell's the box called? Shadow Throne? Yeah.
That was on GW's website. It took them a while to sell out.
Yeah, well, it was. I think it's kind of tough. I mean, anybody who plays Custodes, you know, there's something in there that's really exciting. For the Genestealers, it was just this character.
I think it suffers from the fact that if you're a Custodians player or a Genestealer character, you already have everything minus the 2 new characters that are in the box.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't have Sisters of Silence, but they're not like a super major part of Custodes. They're like one kit that makes 3 units that are kind of like the same. One's a melee unit, one's a flame, one's a unit older. They all kind of fill the same role.
Yeah.
Psychic and higher, but if you have Custodians, you kind of have everything there. And if you have Genestealer Cults, you have the Mages, Primates, you have the normal dudes, you probably have a Patriarch. Yeah, because it's still on the... And they still haven't sold out of all of the battle forces.
Right. Alright, I chucked a little bit of Bugman Glow into... What fucking brown am I using?
In fact, the Space Marine one is currently the
Orange.
only battle force that they sold out of. So, if anybody was on the fence, for holidays, they want Death Guard or Vampire from the new high elf. So I'm just gonna call them the new high elf because it's quicker. Realm Wars. Bone Reaper. Still there. Oh yeah, they're all still there.
You fucking think out of me. I'm exploiting you. We'll be exploited.
I think GW's aggressive release schedule is somewhat coming back to bite them, along with it being a pandemic and people not having as much like free spending as normal.
True.
Those boxes usually sell out within the week that they're launched, which is like the week. Typically a little bit before.
The other thing as well is the fact that they're doing it more made to order as well. Ensuring.
Those ones are fixed stock, so.
Yeah, because I mean the problem is that scalpers would pick up all the boxes, so the shit would sell out really fast.
Because Shadow Throne is produced, sell out, they sell out. They didn't have to do made to order for a lot of these boxes, certainly, because they just haven't sold out.
Yeah. Who knows? Time will tell.
Just my opinion that people aggressive release schedule by current times we're living.
When did they come out?
What? Battle Forces?
Mm-hmm.
Just about a month ago. And every other year they sell out within a week.
Like before Christmas or?
Yeah, it comes out before Christmas. It came out like early December. I think it was like the 1st December. It was like the 1st or 2nd December. And then Shadow Throne is either before or right after.
Sophie, have you finished the Pig Gator? Chris, last I saw, you had the rider to do, but not kept up. No, he is still in the state we last left him. So he's just got a base coat of a green on his flesh. And that's it. We haven't come back to him yet. I know. All these projects. So little time.
Westbox hasn't gone made to order yet. They still have enough stock, at least the north house, that if you order it before the 22nd, it ships. And my made to order that the Dark Eldar, the 3rd edition, like True Choice one. That shipped. That wasn't supposed to be made for like another 2 months, but it shipped earlier this week. So that was the New Year's order. They just put a made to order. Oh, it'll be 90 days. We're only 19 days into the new year.
I'm still waiting for my dwarves.
I can't GW Europe at what they do.
Oh, usually they would have been here by now.
I just know GW. So has not been as it's just weird still seeing Battle Force box. Maybe they are listening and just producing more boxes.
Well, I think they could be doing it more like pre-order. And they're just making as many units as they figure, plus whatever, surplus they need, right? To make their ends meet kind of thing.
Maybe.
Let's use a Shopkin. Where is my Shopkin?
Well, the Battle Forces they probably put it together a lot of them because that typically doesn't involve any bot kits they already make.
Boom, 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 boom. Sophie, are you still doing the Saturday shows? I am planning on it. As doing a Saturday show does not interrupt my workflow as far as my work and filming area here. So yes, doing Way the Brush can still occur.
Yeah, he just needs a week off.
As much as I enjoy doing live shows and streaming this stuff and getting stuff done, unfortunately, it does kind of prohibit some other things. So you guys can see what I'm mixing here. Throwing a bit of Ushabti Bone into Bugman Glow. Just give me a really nice light color. Just a little bit. Sophie, anyone getting the next McFarlane models? It's going to be an Orc Mech Boy and a Tyranid Genestealer, judging from the website. I'll get the Genestealer. I don't know if I'll get the Orc, though. The Orc I don't really care for. I think it's just too clunky and too big and boxy.
I thought about it.
The Genestealer looks right on. But the orc, not so much. I'm not a big fan of the orc.
Well, I mean, they are ancient. The Eldar, so.
What's that?
Right after Necrons, they are enemy number 1 for Eldar.
For the McFarlane?
Number 3, because Chaos Necron. Then what?
What?
The orcs have been fighting with the Eldars since like day 1, after they stopped fighting the Necron. Never mind.
I'm not following.
Because you said you didn't like the orc.
Yeah, for the McFarlane.
Yes. Trying to make an Eldar joke. Chris.
Oh. I get jokes.
I went, you never did like them. They are enemy like number 2.
Oh. Yeah, I get jokes. Don't make me fucking laugh, man. I'm trying to paint.
You want me to put that joke on a Telegram?
There we go. Could you? In nice big bold letters so I can read it properly? For my old feeble eyes.
Who do you call the people at the third? Oh, they're literally just called Telegram. Thought there'd been some name for him specific.
I want mine delivered by Owl.
I was gonna joke that I'll have Matt deliver Chris the telegram. Chris might never answer the door then. I might look out the window to see Matt with the telegram.
Fucking right. It's a good thing I have a crowbar near my door. Defend myself. You know, I'd honestly shit my pants if Matt showed up at my door. Because I'd be like, you fucking stalker, how did you find where I live? That would be my first reaction.
Hasn't anybody who's mailed stuff to you know where you live?
True. But still, it would freak me out.
I mean, Santa's not a big place. There's only 10 of you up there.
True.
Hard to find. 1 in 10 chance.
That's true. There's not too many people up here. In fact, it's a desolate wasteland.
Yeah. Instead of the desert, it's trees.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, excuse me.
A real wasteland.
The Canadian wasteland. Sophie, if you did a rota up between fresh tips and project vids and stream can fit both in, but it'd be more of a job than hobby, then even though it's your job, but you don't want that have to do it job feeling. I think I kind of get what you're saying there, Sophie. Yeah, I mean, it's just that sometimes when I'm filming, like when I'm doing fresh tips, and like for example, I'll sit here and I'll film this for tutorial, but I'll have to leave something to dry, so then I set it down, and then go take care of something, and then come back and jump back into the work. And if I'm live streaming, then I have to tear this all down, put it all back up. And for visual consistency, I don't like, especially because in the videos I often use this surface as the palette, and so it kind of helps to have like all the stages of colors be continuous throughout the whole shot in the whole video. And so that's why I don't like to live stream and shoot tutorials. Scheduling in the tutorials, working on them in off time between live sessions and stuff like that. That is initially the plan. I started filming some stuff, but yeah, I leave myself with no time off. And yeah, so it's tough. I know I sound like I'm complaining, but yeah. Ooh, this is really watery.
Like when Chris has to use the internet, he has to go light the signal fire. He has to be like Gondor singling for aid. And he has to go light the fire. Then the next Canadian, a couple miles away, has to light his fire. All the way from to Vancouver, somebody across the country, so they can get off the internet so Chris can get on.
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much how it is.
Holy shit.
And then there's the Gondor calls for it.
I don't know
calls
why
for it.
I felt like I needed patience for that explanation, but I'm glad I stuck it out. That was good. It's like, where the fuck is he going with this?
I do ask myself that question when Boop starts going off on a tangent. Where the fuck is he going with this?
But there's he's
80% of the time it's making fun of Canadians.
Oh. Well, why are you making fun of Canadians?
I mean, you're not Canadian though. You said that yourself.
Yeah, I know. But I'm asking the question.
Technically,
Why do you make fun of Canadians?
Huh?
Why do you make fun of Canadians?
I don't know. This is really telling.
Because you only have 10 people to upset?
Yeah.
It's only fucking 10 of them, so I mean, you know.
When you're a country of 10 people, okay? You know, it's a lot easier to not care if they're upset. With a country of 300 million.
Awesome 2019. Dang, Chris, it's tough painting and laughing at the same time. Yeah, it is. Man. It's what happens with these, what happens when I have these guys in the chat with me while I'm trying to get work done. But I wouldn't have it any other way, because otherwise it'd just be me talking to myself for 2 hours or whatever the hell I'm streaming.
That's how you spend the other 20.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'd rather have you guys in here talking with me and distracting me and slowing down my work rather than just sitting here by myself slowly working on crap. I like the distraction.
I like how I
Creating
just called
self-convenience.
Chris the crazy old man that talks to himself and he doesn't say shit.
Yeah, you know, like, that's all it would be. It was 2 hours of me talking to myself like a crazy person, and I don't see how that's fun for anybody. Quite frankly. Sophie, LOL, it's not just the filming, it's the editing, the voiceover, the rendering, and finally uploading. A lot of work goes into a 20-minute video. Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, video creation, content creation, and bullshit like that, yeah, it's a lot of effort. Doesn't seem like it sometimes, but yeah. Even this kind of stuff where I'm just just turn the cameras on and I just start streaming, this is pretty low impact, which is why I enjoy doing it, and I'll still continue to do it because it's a lot of fun, doing this live format type stuff. But oftentimes though, I do like having a structured approach to video creation and tutorials and things of that nature, like having a point to it all. Let's mix up a little bit of highlight color. Mess that up. Nice. There we go. Yeah, I'm still undecided whether or not I really feel like fixing these eyeballs. I'm not sure. I feel like I should, but I don't wanna. I don't know. I'll probably want to change it once I go to take a pretty picture of it or something, and then I'll see all the mistakes, and I'm just like, son of a bitch.
Don't you mean happy accidents?
No, I mean fuck. No, I mean fuck this bullshit. I'm starting over. Alright, I think I'm going to leave it at that. Give that a moment to dry, and then we're going to slap that into place. Now, let's use up some of this leather color, and let's do some highlights on the leathery bits. Why not? I don't know. What do you guys think of the color scheme so far? Like, well, I mean, it's kind of late to change now, but
I think it's fine.
yeah, I'm okay with it.
Balance.
I almost want to do like a camo pattern on the cloak. Almost. But I'm starting to hit a point now where I'm kind of just, let's get this fucking thing done.
Did you just do the bag in contrast?
Yeah, just so far, yeah, it's just contrast.
Wait, the whole model?
The whole model? I blocked in color with contrast, but otherwise, yeah, I started establishing highlights and stuff like the cloak and the darker green bits. The arms, the Genestealer arms and flesh. Did I do contrast for those, or did I just mix a color?
Yeah. You went with flash gray, then you went contrast over it.
Yeah, something like that, right? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, let's get to work on these leathers. On the leathers. Kim, hey. Awesome 2019. Looks nice. Subtle transitions seem to fit the model's theme. Yeah, I'm mostly happy with where I'm going with this figure. I wanted to do something a little bit different than what I was seeing as far as how this figure gets painted. I'm still not happy with that bright spot of red right there, that little stick of dynamite. I'm going to change that, desaturate it. The yellow sleeve, we got to highlight and shadow that. I was thinking of doing like a non-metallic metal gold for the little Genestealer icon. Yeah. All I gotta do is paint up his little claws and his little fingernails. I want to weather his bomb bits, his communicator thingy, and the mine or whatever the hell it is. And then the dynamite plunger.
The forbidden tuna.
Yeah, the forbidden. God, you guys.
It is forbidden.
Sophie, looks really awesome to me. Thank you. Yeah, I'm mostly happy with it. Mostly. Not 100% happy. Just mostly. All right. What's that?
They mostly come at night.
Mostly. You ever watch the Netflix show, The Movies That Made Us? I'll take your silence as no.
I see it on Netflix.
Sounds vaguely familiar.
They have an episode on where they're talking about aliens, and they actually have some footage of a adult Carrie Henn, which is the girl that played Newt. Which is quite interesting. Just see her kind of growing up, you know.
She go the way of Macaulay Culkin.
From what I understand, she just took on an ordinary life. Didn't pursue acting. That's like her only credit, I think. As Newt.
With a lot of child actors, though, they just kind of do their, you know, maybe one handful of movies and then gone.
Yeah. Understandably, though, I mean, like, from what I understand, it's kind of a shit show for kids in Hollywood. A lot of emotional damage and shit like that.
Yeah, and a lot of time it's the parent.
Yeah. Exactly.
Living vicariously through the kid.
Yeah, pretty much. Which is unfortunate. That.
And the kid eventually gets old enough. I don't really want to do this. So then it just on. And then there's Macaulay Culkin.
mostly okay with that. Ding, 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 ding.
I bounced out for a bit there.
It's okay.
I hope I didn't miss anything awesome.
Nope.
First did a backflip.
Nice.
That's about it.
He did a backflip. He said, if you play Tau, you're a chump.
I don't have nothing against Tau. I used to play Tau. I used to collect Tau. At one point, I liked them. Not that I don't like them now. It's just at the time I was like, you know, like many, I was collecting many armies, and I found myself always coming back to Eldar. And so I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to collect Eldar because I always seem to come back to Eldar, and, you know, nothing else seems to hold my interest unlike Eldar.
Like, I have my little, like, Scion Joe project stuff, and I've kind of, like, liquidated most sizable armies that I don't play with.
Yeah.
The only two big ones I have left are, well, my Guard. I guess I have 3 Guard, Space Marine, and Eldar, but I'm not adding Guard because they significant. Which I hope, well, actually now I have kind of everything I want for Guard. I don't care if they update the layer. That army is done, because I have like a whole bunch of infantry squads, I have like a whole bunch of tanks, and kind of like all Guard is. And then my Blood Angels are kind of done. So, Eldar is probably going to be my ult way, because they're updating a bunch of the skull. I'll have to add those to my army. That'll probably be my army going forward for quite a bit. The other two, I played Space. I started at the end of 3rd, going into 4th, and I played Guard since 4th edition going. Sprinkle, and I played Eldar a little bit in 5th, played it a little bit in 5th, played other little armies that I don't care about. My Necrons gone. Tyranids gone. It's like anything I'm like. Anything that wasn't like a little project like Scion Joe. Scion Joe's like 30 models I can like put foam in a shoebox, store them. Tricking out each Scion squad. You get pretty points heavy pretty quickly, especially at 5.1. They're just a combat patrol. Otherwise, they wouldn't be. There was a whole bunch of them. They wouldn't be Scion Joe. They'd just be average junk. You know, G.I. Joes. There was a whole bunch of them. Or at least you're led to believe there wasn't. And they have a bunch of like tertiary, not named Joes. I was just like,
Tertiary Joe.
Tertiary Joe?
yeah, these are Scion Joes. They're not tertiary.
Tertiary Joe. Sounds like the backup to the backup G.I. Joe guy.
That's what they were, because you had the main G.I. Joe crew, and you had the other Joes they sometimes throw in an episode, but you never see them again. Then you had the background Joes that were the token guy who might get shot by a Cobra soldier. That's about it. You know, you had like Duke, they were the main Joes, and some of the other Joes you don't really see that often, and then you had those background dudes that you didn't quite know if they were G.I. Joes, because they weren't named and they didn't look any different from each other.
Awesome 2019. At one point. How long ago was that? Oh, when I was collecting multiple armies? It was before 2000. When the hell did I sell my Tau? I sold my Tau and my Tyranids around 2002, 2003, somewhere around that. Because then I used the funds that I got from my Tau and my Tyranids to buy my Phantom Titan. And I'm pretty sure I bought that Phantom Titan in 03, I think. So, yeah.
I feel like every Warhammer, like, not hobbyist, but person who actually plays the game, goes through that phase where they have, like, 3-4 armies.
Yeah. Probably.
A little bit more. And
They got a dude coming over.
They eventually hit that point where they're like, and then they just go back to either having one or maybe one main army, like some little side that they break out every once in a while.
What were you going to say, Scott?
I got a dude coming over today to buy a bunch of my old GW dwarves. I got a bunch. They're playing whatever the internet version. I think they call it the Ninth Age.
Oh.
So yeah, the fan continuation.
Yeah. They are doing that. He wants some dwarves, and I have lots.
Lots of old dwarves.
An old anvil, the Anvil of Doom, the one with the really old one.
That's a
with
cool
with the wheels. No, this is the old one where it had wheels.
The one where it's not like on a stationary platform. That one.
Oh, I always hate it. It was a cool model, but I thought it was just stupid. We're gonna fight in exactly this spot. Let's build an Anvil of Doom.
I don't know if it could ever move or not, because the dwarf player when I played Fantasy didn't have it. Well, he had it, the model, but he never used it. I don't know if like that when it became that more like forged semi-diorama base. I don't know if it was.
No, from sixth edition on, it was immobile, and the earlier editions, I believe you put it in a unit and they pushed it along. A little bit like I think the Scavenger.
Screaming Bell was like that, where you had to have at least like 10. The old Shrine of Cain for Dark Elves was the same. Where they got.
I think it was I think it was like that.
Where they had to have at least like 10 models next to it. So you had to basically, because it was like 5 models deep, so you had to have 5 models on one side, 5 models on the other push it. At least with the Dark Elf Shrine. Shrine of King. Had to have 10 models.
I've got 30 of the old metal slayers. I've got some old metal gyrocopters. That was the worst model ever.
That would explain why the dwarf player at my local never used the Anvil of Doom, because it couldn't move. I mean, not that dwarves in like 7th and 8th edition really moved that often, but I would imagine that just plain not being able to was it.
I always thought it was just a weak choice. If you're playing dwarves, why are you trying to have magic shooting attacks? And then, you should just have regular shooting attacks. Do it dwarf style. Don't try to be a weak ass elf or something like that.
Hey.
Then they purple sun half your army.
Not dwarves.
That was me playing frickin' Khorne Warriors of Chaos, no mages. It's like, 7th edition, kind of fun. 8th edition. Oh, you purple sun half my army. Okay. I don't know if it was called Purple. I think it's called Purple Sun. It was like a stupid spell that, like, from a line from the caster, just would like obliterate shit. And Warriors of Chaos Khorne's way of countering spells was the Collar of Khorne, where you could just outright deny a spell, but you could only ever do it once with magic. So But people would get around it by having 2 fucking wizards. It was like, I want to cast this spell. I block it. Oh, the other wizard casts the spell.
That's why I always play Bretonians. Just charge. Give them knights. Right up the ass.
Well, I mean, that was me playing Cornix at the time where it's before, that, like, campaign to the end of, Warhammer Fantasy. Forget what it was called. All those books started giving chaos, like, actual toys to play with, you know.
The End Times.
The End Times books, yeah. Before that, yeah, I would charge at the enemy, but like 90% of the chaos range was big, heavily armored dudes on foot. So I just kind of slowly moved across the fucking table. It's like, I'm coming for you.
8th edition stunk.
Yeah. That's why I tell people that we're playing, you know, that play the Total War Warhammer games. And they go, ooh, I wish I could have played fantasy. I was like, well, you're not missing much. You weren't missing much. The models were cool. Initial setup, cool. But if you just had that unfavorable matchup, because Magic was so ridiculous.
Fantasy was great in the earlier editions, 6th and 7th started to get carried away.
I started at the pretty much tail end of 6th. I remember getting into fantasy, doing like Warriors of Chaos, end of 6th edition. So I didn't really get to play 6th edition because I only played it for about a year.
So 6th and 7th were essentially the same. The rules cleanup. A chance to redo all the army books, which is where they have the power creep that seems to be inevitable.
So with 8th edition, I'm telling people that played Warhammer, Total War Warhammer, new video game. They go, oh, I wish I got to play fantasy before they blew up the old world. And it's like, you weren't really missing much. It's like, if you weren't playing, at least here in Maryland, if you were not playing a wizard-heavy army, you just lost. Because the other guy full sun you did that. So.
I don't think that's much different than 40k. I'm not a fan of 40k at all.
I'd say it's kind of similar to how 40k was, but at least in 40k, most armies shoot. Warriors of Chaos couldn't. Well, you could. You could take the freaking hell cannon. That would sometimes turn on you and eat the dude standing next to it. Which was funny. But it was also our only way of, aside from wizards, which I didn't use, because at the time I was like all in on like porn, because dudes with big axes, yeah. So yeah, I had my hell cannon, and it felt like 80% of the time when I needed it to actually, you know, make it shot, it decided it wanted to eat one of the chaos swords instead. Which would be funny if I was playing something like Orcs and Goblins, where you go into that understanding that your arm is just silly. And sometimes it'll do really good. And sometimes it'll kill itself.
That's how Scavenger are now. If you want to, of course. Overcharge everything.
My favorite name for a rule for Skaven was Life is Cheap.
You know, it's the one for, it's for slaves where they could just like, because you know, you weren't supposed to be able to shoot into combat, but then Skaven were like one of the few armies that were like, we're going to shoot into combat.
Because life is cheap.
Because we don't, because life, yeah.
And I mean, from a rat perspective, it makes sense.
From a Skaven perspective, yeah.
Don't they have like a birth mother that just
Yeah,
shakes out rats?
they are quite literally rats. Like, think a lot of people realize this. There is quote like a queen rat, I guess you could, that poops out most of the rats.
I feel like your health classes failed you at that point. If you think that rats are pooped out.
I was trying to be not as graphically detailed.
Oh, did you forget where you were?
No, they don't come. Okay, so I could just not say pooped, and I could go squeezed out of.
He's not stupid, Chris. He knows the stork brings him.
Yes, the rat stork. The rat stork.
A rat stork.
Sounds like a terrifying creature.
Yeah, my mommy says I was a butt baby.
That explains why you're an asshole.
Anyway.
Yeah, but
It's not funny anymore.
rats,
Yeah, you guys can put your assholes. I'm leaving.
rats are kind of like bees in that there is like the queen rat. She is the one that births a majority of the rat. For I don't know what a collection of rats is called.
But does she poop them out?
No, Chris, she doesn't poop them out.
Okay.
I would rather say poop than actually saying
Birth them?
Yeah.
could say birth them.
That's okay.
Like you.
Fucking fight you, man.
Fight you.
I know where babies come from.
Blow it out.
Fuck you, man. I know where fucking babies come from, man. You fucking asshole.
Chris, blow it out your ass.
Shit.
You know what else I found out this week?
Where babies come from?
That the Australian school system way of grading stuff is a lot less harsh than the American version. Because apparently a 50% in some Australian schools does not fail you. Whereas in the US, 65% fail.
You know what else Australians' school system does differently than the Americans?
They don't prioritize this fucking standardized tests as much.
No. They don't get shot.
Oh. True. We don't have to worry about poisonous spiders under our chairs, though. So.
Yeah, I don't know how many kids are getting fucking bit from poisonous spiders, but I'm sure it's the number's larger in the States for kids getting shot.
Probably.
Yeah, give me the fucking spiders, dude.
Yeah, give me fucking spiders any day of the week. I don't want to get fucking shot.
Leave it for Chris, though, for me to go talk about grading and different grading systems. Chris bringing up school shootings.
Well, I mean, you're kind of glossing over the one key factor, man.
What?
Well, maybe not glossing is the right word, but you know, there is a key difference. Sophie!
Yeah, but I was specifically talking about the grading system.
Sure, I know. I was making a joke. I was making light of the school shootings in America. Jeez, come on.
I think here in Canada too it passes 50% or over.
I thought it was 60. I thought 60 was a pass, and below 60 is a fail.
Couldn't tell you because I'm wicked smart.
So it's like, yeah, I didn't have to fucking worry. You know, A pluses all around.
Hell yeah.
What is failing? I didn't even know that was an option.
I don't even know what fail is.
Oh, wait, dude. An advanced high school diploma, which made meat cutting school very easy.
Okay, what prerequisites do meat cutting schools require?
Grade 10 or equivalent. And when they say equivalent, it means that you've been alive long enough to kind of know how to go up that time.
So the requirement is you have to have a pulse.
Would have been like a GED or something.
Yeah, no. You don't need a GED because you could add your grade 10. You didn't need to graduate at 10. Well, for starters, if you could read and ask the question, what's equivalent to grade 10? I'm sure they're like, yeah, you're good.
Can you speak English? Yeah? Okay, you're in.
Oh, no. That's not a requirement.
Oh, no, I guess because you can speak French too, I suppose.
No. I challenge you to speak. Go to any of the production facilities in Canada and make an announcement in English. And you're going to have someone repeat it in... What's the language? Filipino? Tagalog?
The Philippines has like 100-something different languages, so it could be like anyone.
The main one. I saw it spelled out, and it looked like Tagalog. And I said it out loud, and they're like, "Come on, dude, you get this white guy out of here. He doesn't know our language." But it is a wild looking language. We got.
I'm now looking at the languages of Filipino because the official language is Filipino, but I'm now looking through this language that starts with a T. They have like 100-something languages, so I'll get back to you in like an hour.
I want to say it was T-U-T-A-U-S-U-G.
Or Tagalog.
I don't know.
T-A-G-A-L-O-G.
That's the one. Tagalog, just like I said.
Where's the tugging part?
I don't think that's how you actually pronounce it. I think it's... I don't know.
It's definitely not how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
I assure you.
I know there are a lot of Filipino words that you look at it and you go, oh, this is how you pronounce it, and then, oh, how you pronounce it is not actually like how it looks like it's spelled. Different language.
You
That's
can't see
something
on
else
the fucking
that,
screen. Here we go.
Philippines has like 100-something different languages. Filipino is standardized. Tagalog. There's over 120.
Sophie, it's a sad moment when you have to sell minis that you scrimped and saved for, spent months carefully trying to just to afford to buy other minis because your funds are gone with the bills to pay. Yeah. Oh yeah. Been there. When there was times when it was leaner, I didn't bother buying any models. And when times were good, yeah, I bought models.
You like that?
Old man Logan, there he is. Chris, what up, dude? What up? I'm just painting. Just doing my thing. Painting minis. Having fun. Trying to, anyway. Kim, they don't shoot each other. The kids in the schools? I beg to differ. Kids do shoot each other.
Well, no, if they're not shooting each other, it's typically one shows up and nobody else brought them.
Yes, but the kids shoot each other. A kid goes to a school, shows up with a gun, and shoots the other kids. That's the kids shooting each other.
No, not the...
Awesome. Happy painting, brother. There's a plate of hot lasagna calling my name. Hobby Strong. Plate of hot lasagna. That sounds pretty good.
Hobby strong. I don't know where my mind went there, but it felt fitting.
Yeah. Scott's old lady's yelling at him now.
Yeah, no, there's no fucking way we're going out there.
Scott, has your old lady beat you up?
No, sir.
You know why, Chris? Because God doesn't say stupid shit.
True.
So he doesn't
True.
Get beat.
I think it has more to do with my massive upper body strength.
No.
Yeah, well, your brain is in your upper body, so, you know, strong brain.
There's no way she'd be able to get inside my jab.
got about a two more inches on her in reach.
Hell yeah, and I'm accurate.
Here's a saying one of my older former coworkers used
Oh,
to say.
I gotta step up.
Strong like a bull, dumb like I.
That makes total sense. Scott,
Yeah,
mute your fucking
I have
mic.
to explain it for you.
Well, I mean, you know, always have that option available.
Dumb like I. Do you get it? I have to explain it to you.
No, I got it. It was good.
Okay. Have to make sure.
It was a good one. I laughed.
Now we know who got 50% in his school.
We don't do 50% here.
Oh yeah, no, you're 60. Is that texture actually on the wire, or did you paint that?
The texture on the wire from the
Coming from the plunger?
no, it's on there.
Okay.
I did not do any modifications.
Painted like little lines in it.
Yeah, no, I did 0 modifications to this. This is a default build. And speaking of build, let's take a break and let's glue this head into place.
Is it almost done? Are you almost done?
Am I almost done? I'm getting pretty darn close.
Well, obviously the head's done. You're gluing the head in.
Yeah, I'm gonna glue this in. This is the part I hate. Right here. It's just cracking the super glue. Hey man. Oh, you son of a bitch.
Don't fake it up now.
Man. You cack.
Isn't the body hollow? Could you just, you know, cut the...
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do now. Yeah. I must have dug it too deep. Come on.
Yeah, I was gonna say just dip it.
There we go.
That's what I do.
In the world of forbidden things, would the plunger be the forbidden gender reveal? Serious question.
Well, considering that somebody, prior to early 2020, I would say yes. But the fact that somebody in California almost burnt down the state of California from a gender reveal. One of the it's for context for other people, but one of the very large wildfires in California past year, well, I guess it'd be 2 years. Back in 2020, one of the big wildfires in California was caused by a gender reveal firework. You know how they do like a little puff of like smoke and like the powder and shit for the gender reveal. So they did that, but then it, when the explosive went, the little like firework went off to shoot all the powder in the air, went off. It caught the grass on fire, caused one of the larger wildfires.
It was all part of the plan. They said if it took over 10,000 square miles, it was a boy, and if it was under, then it was a girl.
Or it was a fire slip.
That little bit of pin is fucking that up.
Oh, is it so the body is not hollow?
No, it's not
I
quite.
thought there was just a holder.
Yeah, it goes down, but the way the head is angled, it's like this little pin is just throwing it off enough. So, gotta use the file.
Are you guys watching the Book of Boba Fett?
Yep.
I'm watching the new episode tonight because the person I was watching it with is not making it. So I helped them out, but they did not make it time for it to watch it before stream.
I'm enjoying it, but the show really stinks.
You're enjoying it, but the show stinks. That doesn't make any sense.
It's just why is Boba Fett a pussy?
He's not a pussy.
Because he's an old man.
He's a complete pussy.
He's an old man, and his back is failing.
And
yeah, so all of a sudden now he's.
At what point was he a badass?
Well, that's the thing. We were always told he was a badass. He might be the.
Who told you?
The biggest. Well, he stood up to Darth Vader. He was okay. He jumped onto the sail barge to fight a Jedi. The guy whipped out a lightsaber and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill this bastard right
how
now."
badass can a guy be if a fucking goofball like Han Solo can just accidentally bump him and send him flying?
That was the thing. That was where we should have learned. But him having this heart of gold, where he wants to save the Sand People.
Right.
From the galaxy's best shots, it is amazing that they're trucking on that train going, what, like 100, 150K? And they're just bullseyeing Sand People from a kilometer away from those trains. Those people, they should be running shit. But I mean, I like seeing Danny Trejo whenever I can. That kind of thing I'm liking. But if I still cared about Star Wars, this show would be hurting.
I don't think so.
I don't mind it.
Oh, yeah.
And this last episode was really good.
I'm always fucking behind this.
I'm not minding it as much because when Disney bought Star Wars and was like, all the EU were throwing it away. I was like, okay, well, I don't necessarily like this decision, but going forward, I'm just not. This is what they did. EU, why aren't they doing it? So as far as I'm concerned, Boba Fett's just an old man with a backpack.
Lucas fucked up Star Wars plenty before Disney came along.
I mean, yeah, Jar Jar.
Nothing to do with the prequels. Never mind the Jar Jar, just the midichlorians, all that stuff.
Oh yeah,
it used to be a
nationalized force, or tried to.
It used to be a mystical force between you, me, the Rock, the ship.
Well, it still is.
Everything away. But no, it's the mitochondria, powerhouse of the cell.
Powerhouse of the Force. You know, the trick is to just turn your brain off and go, yay, Star Wars.
Yeah, pew pew.
Yeah.
You can't do that. It used to be better than that. So to see it reduced to that is
How was it better? It's still the same.
It is not. Absolutely not. If you go back and watch 4 and 5 and to a lesser extent 6, they're better. They're better stories. They're not as
Trouble for the best you are.
Oh, better movies, I will agree. And then accepted Star Wars. This is where Star Wars is at. So I'm just kind of, this is where I am.
Because Star Wars is not high science fiction, and it's
high science fiction, but
it barely qualifies as science fiction.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. But it used to be good storytelling. Now we got Boba Fett shows up. He says, "I'm the daimyo." Of what? You got no dudes. You got no help.
Because he's getting started. He's rebuilding.
Yeah. So is that how I can just go up to? I can go to Brooklyn and be like, "Hey, I'm the mob boss now." They're like, "Oh, really? Are you?"
You can try it.
I will be.
The previous boss. So.
Yeah, but there's no dudes. It's just the two of them.
Yeah.
So
that's all it takes.
He should have went and got the crew, and then he can go into town and be like, "Hey, by the way, I'm the dude now." Instead of, it's not. The Mandalorian was a little smarter. It was nice. It was fun to watch. Marvel hasn't let me down near as bad.
Oh, Marvel's is. I'm like this Moon Knight. I have zero interest in it. Fucking Eternals. Eternals was boring.
Yeah, Eternals was so boring.
it like
It's not good.
like what they have to do now to make all this comic book shit fit in with each other is they basically have to retcon their own fucking shit that they've already established to shoehorn in all these other previously established long-standing fucking properties like Eternals and stuff like that. And they have to shoehorn these things into the stories, and it becomes very, very clunky. And then now, well, and now you have this whole alternate fucking realities, and basically now within the MCU, there is no consequence to actions, because either one, you can cross dimensions, universes, whatever, you can roll back time. I mean, like, there's no consequence for any characters. So what's the point?
There can be consequences if they decide there should be.
Sure.
Like,
I mean, plot.
Contract runs out.
Sure, plot. I mean, but everything is just plot armor now.
I think you should give Moon Knight. Have you guys seen a show called The Endless? It was about. It was by guys named Moorhead and Benson. It's about two guys who grew up on a cult and they escaped. They get a video package and they go back to the cult.
No.
It's I would recommend it. It's a nice movie. Anyway, they make kind of head trippy movies. They're involved in Moon Knight, and the Moon Knight story they're using is pretty awesome. He's got, I think, 5 or 6 different identities in his brain. You know, kind of a couple of them don't like each other, that sort of deal. It might be interesting.
I have zero interest in it. I'm kind of done with these superheroes. I'm just done with them. They're boring.
What do they do to Moon Knight? He's been out of
Oh, there's just a series coming out. Starring Oscar Isaac.
I like Oscar Isaac. I thought he was brilliant in Ex Machina, but yeah,
He's gay.
he's gay.
I said he's good.
Oh yeah, he's a good actor. I like him.
But I get excited about the series that focus on things that no one cares about. For example, Peacemaker.
Yeah, now that's fun.
Yeah.
That Peacemaker's
no
fun.
One cares. No one cares what they do with him.
No,
They do
exactly.
the same as Moon Knight. But there aren't going to be people in the streets upset about what they do with the character. So we can get some.
Well, see, like the thing is like with Peacemaker and with the last Suicide Squad, is, you know, basically Buddy, who did Guardians, did those things, and it's basically like, well, it's like Guardians, and I really enjoyed the Guardians films, even though I'm not familiar with those characters at all, and you know, outside of the movies, I don't really care about them, but in the movies they're hilarious, and with the last Suicide Squad and this Peacemaker show, it's more of that level of humor. But I like what they do on the DC side of things because they go a little bit more grown up in regards to content, language, you know, visuals and stuff like that. The only thing that I don't really get fired up about with the DC type stuff is that there's no consistency. There's no overarching overseer to oversee all these projects. See, fortunately with Marvel, they have somebody who's overseeing all these projects, and so there is a little bit of consistency there. Unfortunately, though, when you do have that, it kind of stagnates the visuals, the sound design, and the kind of stories you're going to end up producing. They all just end up being kind of samesies. Versus with DC, you have all these different takes on these famous characters, and how many times can we tell a Joker or Batman story, and yet we still have it, and yet they still feel sort of fresh. Not all the way, but sort of. And yeah, I mean, with DC, I enjoy what a lot of DC projects look like. Like Titans is a lot of fun. First season of Titans was fun. Second season, not too bad. Or is it third season? I can't remember what season it's on now. But anyway, Titans, a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. And with this Peacemaker show, been enjoying that. It's hilarious, and the character, he's just on the surface he seems like a you know, pitiful kind of character, and you feel bad for him initially, which is not something you felt for him in Suicide Squad, which is interesting. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying Peacemaker. It's a lot of fun. But as far as like these Marvel projects, I mean, fuck, man, boring. Spider-Man was good, but that's only because that's Sony pulling out all the fucking stops so they can keep the property.
Eternals was, again, like with Moon Knight, I thought, oh, here's a bunch of guys that no one cares about. Can't wait to see what they do. So boring.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. No, you don't know them. You have to get to know characters, right? And so it's kind of like Book of Boba. We didn't know anything about Boba Fett outside of the movies. I mean, if you were into the books and the comics and stuff like that, you had an inkling, but because that's all been wiped away, you know, which leaves a lot of people very sour. But I mean, it's their lore, and it's the same thing with like 40K. They can just up and change the lore if they want, if they feel like it.
He got beat up with a stick.
He runs around and beats up people with a stick.
Yeah, but he got beat up with a stick. Like I said, we were misled. He was supposed to be the baddest man in the galaxy.
According to who?
According to Star Wars.
When?
When everyone's scared of him.
Who was scared of him? Darth Vader wasn't scared of him. Lando wasn't scared of him. All the other bounty hunters weren't scared of him.
What, the opposite?
Yeah, in fact, yeah, the opposite. So Boba Fett, the idea that Boba Fett is a badass, that's misleading, because that is people's assumption on the character because he was such a mystery.
He walks around with Wookiee scalps. Now those are gone.
Well, yeah, it got dissolved.
Oh
yeah.
No, I think they're just gone. Period. Never had him. He wasn't.
Well, his old uniform's gone. I mean, he doesn't wear the gray anymore. He wears black. Why? Because he's a different guy now. He's changed. He's growing. I mean, if they were just going to tell the story about, you know, Boba Fett being Boba Fett, I mean, that would just be boring. But this last episode was really, really great. Did you watch this last episode?
The one that came out today?
Yeah.
I haven't.
Okay, we'll watch that, and then we'll have this conversation again.
I'm gonna enjoy it because I like seeing.
I think you'll like it. What you're expecting from Boba Fett, I think you're gonna get from this episode.
What Star Wars is for me now is it's just like when I talk entertainment with people and say, oh dude, I just like to turn my brain off and watch stuff, that always frustrates me because I think we can ask for better, but that's all Star Wars is for me now. You think about it, I'll cry.
I don't know why.
Because it's stupid.
It is stupid. Star Wars is stupid. I love Star Wars, but it's stupid. It's made for kids.
It was.
It's made for kids. So, with so many people getting upset over this shit, I laugh because you're getting mad over shit that's made for kids.
It's not.
It is.
It's not. If you go watch Empire Strikes Back, there's a love story in there. There's
of Han Solo forcing himself on a woman.
Hell yeah, is that not the way it's done?
Was.
I watched Blade Runner again with the kids the other day. That's pretty rapey.
Yeah, it is. It's very rapey. It's very rapey.
Young goes to leave and he just slams a door on her face.
Yeah, that's rape. That's rape.
It was. I did not remember that.
Yeah. Still an excellent movie, but it's rape. But yeah, give the last Boba Fett a watch. I think you'll like it.
I'm gonna watch them all.
Yeah, I think you'll like it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it's probably one of the best episodes so far. I want to spoil it, but I won't.
And I will be very upset.
Not a bad spoil, just kind of, wet your whistle kind of spoil. Get you pumped up for it kind of spoil.
Chris says he's gonna wet my whistle.
Yeah, that's right. And not in a rapey way either.
Did I fucking come back?
I knew it. It's like, Poop's been so quiet. Oh,
Yeah.
This is where he comes back.
Yeah. I think he just does that on purpose.
He knows.
He knows. So the conversation's going to drift towards sexual assault. I'm out of here.
Is that right, Poop? Who's he skulled again?
You people.
What do you mean, you people?
Your sexual assault. You three. Or two. I don't know if that's people.
What do you mean, you people?
You people. The two of you.
No, I know.
One.
I'm just being an asshole.
You people.
You people.
I mean, I could go you people and refer to all 10 Canadians.
Yeah, there we go. Did I get an answer on why you don't like Canadians?
What?
Did I get an answer on why you don't like Canadians?
I don't know. I just like that there's only 10 Canadians. Like, in Canada doesn't exist being a corn country. It's just a joke. Don't actually hate.
I think you do.
You know what? Yeah, you're right. Dude. For too long, Canada has been on this side of the pond.
As opposed to when it was elsewhere?
Could have
Nah.
moved the entire.
See, the pig war.
Oh,
You're not familiar with the pig war in Canada
God, the
and the
pig war.
U.S. went to war. Or pig. I'm just saying.
do you want your little island back?
We have the island. They don't.
Oh yeah, that's true. You have now. What are
I'm
you
just
whining
saying,
about?
We didn't have to stop at the island. I'm just saying. For too long, America has had a hat that is another country.
Turn the map upside down.
How do we make that hat ours?
Sophie, seen chapter 4, not bad. Not a huge fan of Star Wars. I'll watch them, but I'm more of a Trek fan. Yeah, I like Star Trek as well. Old Man, Moon Knight. It's pretty cool character, actually. You might be pleasantly surprised. Oh, I mean, I'll give it a watch. I ain't spending money on it. Same with the Eternals. Right from the trailers.
You already have Disney Plus, so you're not.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean, I'll give it a watch. I'm not fired up for it though. It's not like it's on the top of my list. I need to watch it. I'll watch it, but
Eternals was the first Marvel movie I didn't go see.
and the other one, what was the other last one that came out? Oh, Shang-Chi. I enjoyed that one up until the end. I didn't care for the end. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I liked where it was going. I'll check out another one, but I didn't really care for that ending too much.
Yeah, but Chris, I don't hate Canadians.
I think you do.
I'm friends with 3 of the 10 of them.
So you basically like a majority of the population. So then technically, yeah, you can't fucking, hate Canadians. Because you know most of them. Right?
I only ate like one.
Oh.
And I'm just talking.
Aw.
I'm talking to him right now.
Fucking hurting my feelings, man.
You don't have it.
True.
We all know you're an automaton.
True.
You're just wearing a 10th Canadian skin, like a suit. Kind of like a Terminator infiltration.
I kind of like to think of myself more like, did you watch the first Men in Black movie?
Oh, you like to think of yourself more as a bug than a robot.
Yeah,
cockroach is what you're saying?
yeah. Basically, I'm a cockroach wearing human skin. That's basically what I'm saying. Yeah. Old Man Logan, Eternals not so much. Yeah. Sophie, Eternals was a disappointment. Yes, I was disappointed in it. I mean, I wasn't expecting much from it, and it didn't even meet my low expectations for it. Old Man Logan, someone did not eat their Wheaties this morning. No? Well, you should. Curtaroni? Hey, Chris, that's where I disagree with you. Star Wars is made for everyone. Right. It is made for everyone, but it's also kids. I mean, Citizen Kane is a great movie. Is there little action figures made for Citizen Kane? Is there commercials?
There is action figures for Citizen Kane.
Is there?
Of course there are.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe McFarlane probably did them, but yeah.
No, they're that Funko Pop bullshit.
Oh, those aren't action figures.
That's just the cash in on like hipster collectors.
Yeah.
There's some.
Like
They do them in the style of the old Star Wars Kenner toys.
Yeah.
The little 3.5 inch. There's action toys for whether there's figures for everything.
But like for the first Star Wars movie, the only reason that George Lucas was able to continue to do Star Wars was because he retained those merch rights, because he knew that that was the future. Was George Lucas a great storyteller? Debatable. Is he a shrewd businessman? Yeah, I would say so. Old Man, wait. What did I miss? Han Solo and rape? Well, yeah, Han Solo in Empire Strikes Back, he forces himself on Princess Leia when they're hiding in the giant worm and they're making repairs. Yeah, he basically forces himself on her.
Because he's a scoundrel.
He is. And yeah, I mean, you know.
So that's why I came back to sexual assault talking, because Han Solo force kissed Princess Leia.
He force kisses? Is that a Jedi ability?
No,
Not
force
for a Jedi.
Not for the Jedi. Oh, shit. It's a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.
Some consider to be quite raunchy.
Leia could have gotten a check for sexual assault claims against Han Solo.
Oh yeah, Han Solo, yeah, he's total rapist. He's a rapist. Guaranteed.
When you think about it, it's the Jedi's are doing the mind control thing.
True.
The Sith are actually convincing people with words.
Yeah, exactly.
And
The Sith aren't the bad
you
guys.
know,
The Jedis are the bad guys.
fucking child soldiers.
Yeah, they go in to steal children, and they can't love. And they can't start families. Like, what the fuck?
But they can still do the nasties. There's nothing against that, apparently.
I don't know, because if you watch Clone Wars, it seems like Obi-Wan was bumping hips with the leader of Mandalore.
Yeah. It's like you can't form attachment, but you can...
You can just fuck the hell out of it.
Yep.
Just donkey puncher.
I thought it was,
Are you picturing Obi-Wan Kenobi donkey punching the head of Mandalore? Oh.
Yeah, like
I was.
Guinness.
because I never interpreted like their relationship went that far.
Oh. Oh. Well, that's the logical conclusion. In any fucking close relationship.
Yeah, I'm in the party that I don't think Obi-Wan Kenobi knows what sex is.
What? He's a man.
Yeah.
Dude, like, that's awful. What an awful, awful existence that would be if that were true. That he's a man with powers and he's never known a woman or any other sexual partner for that matter. You don't even know, like, if fucking Obi-Wan is straight or bi or whatever.
Everyone knows what sex is.
While his friends were out hooking up with chicks, he was studying the blade.
But also,
He was
too,
studying the blade, and he wasn't picking up the cues that Anakin Skywalker was slowly falling to the dark side, and that he was
so basically you're telling me Obi-Wan was trash. He's a bad character, and he was not observant, and he was a bad master. Is that what you're telling me?
I mean, if you really want to boil it down, you can pretty much boil down every character in Star Wars to being a bad character.
They are.
Anakin Skywalker is going to be a bad dude.
The only...
I mean, he's outright, like, Princess Leia didn't do anything after he's like, I killed all the sand people.
Yeah, exactly. Right? She stuck by him, even though he murdered women and children.
So, you know, when people ask my opinion of Star Wars, like, no, just everybody, like, when people go, oh, the Jedi are the bad guy. No, Sith is bad. No, me, everybody's just fucking stupid.
Right. Now, okay, now here's another part for how Star Wars is mostly for children. Because there is no sex. The idea of people having sex in the universe of Star Wars is an alien idea.
I think the only time it actually, anything is inferred is in Episode 3, and I think Episode 3 was the only Star Wars movie at that time that was rated PG-13.
Yeah.
I think all the other ones were PG.
Yeah. And the only character in Star Wars who displays any growth as a character is Anakin. He is the only character who starts off being a good guy, becomes the bad guy, and then redeems himself.
But if somebody was to ask me my opinion on Obi-Wan Kenobi, I will just go, no, he's stupid. Like,
Yeah, Obi-Wan?
he might be an interesting character, no, but he's just plain dumb. Red flags were everywhere.
Yeah. He missed the memos.
I totally believe he doesn't know what sex is, because he missed the giant fucking red flag over Anakin going, this guy's pretty bad. Dude, murdered a fucking village of...
Well, I think really Obi-Wan's tip off that he should have known something was up with Anakin was every time they get back to Coruscant and Anakin's all wound up and really annoying and he's just being a complete asshole, and then he goes to the Senate and he comes back and he's all relaxed. That should have been his cue that something was up, because basically Anakin was going to the Senate and getting laid. He's basically diddling the senator.
Sex was to understand. See, this comes back around to Obi-Wan does not know what sex is.
Exactly, man. So Obi-Wan is a trash character.
He's just blissfully ignorant. He's all in on the Jedi, book. He's all about it, and then his world gets shattered when he sees that video footage, because he was completely oblivious to all the red flags.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't know what sex is,
and then the next mistake is Yoda entrusting Obi-Wan with the job of protecting the future. That was the next mistake.
I'm going to say that might have been a mistake, but the plan was working until the Tantive 4 just happened to fucking warp speed and come out of light speed.
Hyperfuck?
I'm trying to remember which. I'm trying to remember my sci-fi, because everybody has a stupid different fucking words for going really, really fast. When they came out of light speed, they just happened to be at camp. That was just fucking like shitty luck. Because if they didn't go to Tatooine, Luke would have never ended up with the droids.
No, but that's the will of the Force. It's the will of the Force that makes that happen.
Or it was just dumb luck.
No, it's the will of the Force.
Or bad luck, I guess. If you're Aunt Beru and Uncle, it's bad luck.
Yeah.
Well, they were making for Tatooine.
I thought in Rogue One they were just making whatever fucking jump to get as far away as we can.
Sure, but they change it up so that they can send because they know where the last spot for Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's why they put the message into R2, blast it down to the planet.
Oh, well then Obi-Wan did it. Obi-Wan, yeah, there you go. Reinforced Obi-Wan. Even more stupid. Because he was supposed to go into hiding. No one was supposed to know where he was.
Yeah,
He told two people. He told Bail Organa and Yoda. Bail Organa told Leia, if anything goes wrong, you go to Tatooine, you look up this guy. He's awesome. He knows all about sex.
Whoever told
he doesn't know fuck all about sex.
No, he knows all
about sex. Anakin never would have felt the dark side.
Yeah.
Then Obi-Wan would have been like, bro, you can't do this.
Yeah.
He knows all about it.
I don't think so.
Well, I mean, if you're Bail Organa and you're sitting there questioning whether Obi-Wan should be given chargeship over the other kid, I'm sure Yoda kind of, told a little white lie and was like, oh yeah, no, he knows all about stuff. So really, if we're going that far, it's Yoda's fault for telling.
Oh my god.
No, Yoda gets a pass for not knowing about sex. He's not human. They ask Yoda, do you know about sex? Like, yeah, dude, you go to a log, you drop your eggs in the log, then you tell the girl to go over there and do your thing.
But, Yoda is at least smart enough that if somebody goes, do you know what sex is? He's going to say, yeah.
Yeah, but he knows freaky Yoda sex.
Don't even move.
Yeah, there's a weird amount of projection going on here.
I don't know, I'm just turning into a giant shitpost. I mean, if people played the Yakuza video games, not knowing about sex is a shitpost.
Yoda knows all about sex, but he doesn't know about human sex. He doesn't. You think when Yoda throws down, he puts on the Barry White, lights some candles? No way, it's all weird, gross frog sex.
Yeah, Scott, it sounds like all sorts of projecting going on here.
I was gonna go somewhere, but I'm not gonna go with it.
No, I'm enjoying this. This is good.
I was going to make the pug bulldog joke because Yoda has little stunty legs.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, though, is we don't really know how big Yoda is. Like, Yoda could be a little tripod. His species could be little tripods. He's pretty low to the ground. His dick could only be like 6-7 inches, and he's a tripod.
Because not everybody. Well, I mean, if we wanted to go into like true deep lore or whatever, not everybody who's forced is fucking Jedi. But if we want to go with no sex, it's when they find out if they happen to read a book and find out what sex is, they're banished from the Jedi Temple.
I must have missed that memo too.
They're not invited to D&D night. They don't get the cat fireball.
Curtaroni. It applies multi-generationally and could be considered a modern mythos. Star Wars? Yeah, possibly. Is Cthulhu, I assume Cthulhu is what you're saying? Made for kids? It has action figures. Well, Cthulhu, the action figures came afterwards. Way afterwards.
The original writer, I don't think.
Yeah, it's kind of like, is RoboCop for kids? No, it's not. The first RoboCop movie is not made for kids. The toys came out much later. But it wasn't made for kids. Star Wars, when that movie came out, toys came out with it. Well, shortly after, but it was intended to be at the same time.
You remember the Saturday morning RoboCop animated series?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
That was...
Yeah. It left a lot to be desired from what I recall, but yeah. Because it wasn't as gory and as great as the movie. Which is, again, because they're dumbing it down for kids, right? Which I don't understand. I mean, again, 80s are a weird fucking time, right? I mean, you have a rated R film like RoboCop, and so many kids go to see it that they decide, you know what? Fuck, let's make toys. Toys of RoboCop. Like, doesn't that strike you as crazy? That's something, the source material is rated R, and they made toys from it.
No, it bothers me in the same way that the evolution, is that a word? But I hate when stuff's aimed at kids. Kids are today and always were smart enough to not just like stuff that you think they should like. Lord
Sure.
of the Rings was never written for, 10-year-olds, but they liked it because it was cool. Warhammer 40k, all this stuff that is not, 40k is at its best playing with toys, but it was never aimed at kids theme-wise, maturity-wise, but kids will find it if it's cool. Talking down to them and making some of the horse shit that they did. Like, for example, the 80s. Oh, kids like RoboCop. Well, if they like RoboCop, they're definitely like this Saturday morning TV show we're putting together. Like, no, they want to see guys getting shot in the dick. They want to see Clarence Boddicker. That's what's up.
Yeah.
They don't want to see this shit.
Right. I concur.
How cool was it when did you see Wrath of Khan in the theater?
No, I was too young at the time.
Alright, before we get too deep, I smell dinner, so I want to peace out. I'm gonna leave the stream up, so I'll hear Chris talking shit.
Is that the only reason we're tuning in today? Is because I'm talking shit?
No, I just thought I would say that.
Oh. Okay. Sophie, if Jedi don't do the dance with no pants and the ability to use the Force, us genetic, how do they still exist? Because it's the will of the Force. Because, as explained in episode 1, apparently, the midichlorians are, and the wills, Force, the Force goes out and does things. It's an organism. The Force is an organism. And
I think they imply that the Emperor just made Anakin.
Yeah.
Out of the Force, didn't he?
Yeah, apparently, yeah. That either Palpatine used the Force to make Anakin, or I don't know, he shagged his mom, I guess. I don't know.
Or she just did the oldest lie in recorded history that, well, there was no father. I must have been God.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. No.
Jedi Zeus.
Yeah. Well, that's essentially what he is, right? He's the Messiah character. I mean, that's kind of obvious, but yeah.
There was no father. That might be adding credence to the fact that the Jedi don't know about sex, because they're like, oh yeah, that totally happened.
Yeah, that the math checks out on that. No, there was no father. Oh, really? Wow. Good for you.
Liam Neeson just goes, I'll buy it.
Yeah, I buy it.
Like, yeah, dude, we know how babies are made. There's never a father.
Come on,
and
man.
He asks who's the father, so he knows there's a father involved. So he knows there's a woman involved. That's probably why he had to die.
Because he knew too much?
He's getting too close to the secret.
This is starting to sound like some Star Wars conspiracy theory shit going on now. He knew too much, and the council got rid of him.
Too much knew did he. Rid of him, council did.
Holy fuck, who is it? Oh, it's Cosmic. I was wondering whose voice that was. I was like, what the fuck? Who
Give me you do not. When Yoda do I.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Okay, I keep doing that.
Thank you.
That's where the first rift came with the Sith. They found they got a piece of the puzzle. That's why they know there's always two. That was their slogan. Like, all right, there's a father and a mother. There's always two. We're gonna put this together.
There's always two.
It's true.
Sophie, so you can get pregnant because of the Force kind of makes men redundant. It is Star Wars, so you're not exactly wrong there, Sophie.
There's other reasons to keep men around Star Wars. There's definitely, I think a galaxy far, far away still has the glass ceiling. They don't get paid the same amount of credits or spice or whatever.
Spice.
Yeah, are you talking about fucking inequities of Star Wars? Is that what you're talking about? The inequities in Star Wars?
Yeah, that's Mon Mothma got hired on the cheap. If they promoted Akbar, they'd have to pay him too much fish.
Hey, she knows how to do a line of spice off the table. That's fine.
Hoof.
We can hire Mon Mothma to be in charge for 60%. Terrible organization.
Hey, we got plenty of Bothans that can die for whatever we need.
Life is cheap.
This is the exact same shit that prevents me from going too realistic in my D&D campaigns. It's a weird shit like this when I just go, I don't know, I'm not an accountant. I'm not an engineer.
Yeah.
Just a stupid idiot. I'm just an idiot with a story.
I just wanted to tell a story.
I was gonna say, this is the kind of thing that brings out the engineers in my D&D campaigns. When they try and figure out that they can do something even though I tell them no.
But when they go like, I have a degree in this, and that is totally possible. When I say, fuck you, this is a fantasy game and you're casting spells.
And I say, you can't do it. So guess what? You're not doing it.
Well, I never said no, but there are fucking limits. When they start asking me for tax rates of housings in the city that I've made up in my head, I'm like, fuck off.
The correct answer is 20%.
No, there is no correct answer. The correct answer is, do you want to play this fucking game or not? This is not SimCity. Go away.
Even in SimCity, you don't care that much. Wait.
The only place
Why
I
is
care.
there cardboard on the back of this thing?
Might have to
Why
be a
is
little
there cardboard insert in my Genestealer Codex?
to keep it straight. Keep it from folding.
Like, on the back cover, there's like cardboard or a pamphlet or something.
Sure somebody's not trying to sign you up for a cult?
If they are, they're not properly asking me about it. There's a 9-inch ruler and tokens?
How do you properly ask someone to join your cult?
Hi. Would you like to join my cult? Go to
Hi, can I tell you about the Lord and Savior Abaddon the Despoiler?
Yeah. You wear a nice shirt and a tie, and you go door to door.
And you've got a nice
Oh, I'm so glad I have my sense of smell back. It's a fresh book.
It's amazing, isn't it, when you get it back?
If you do it right,
Soda, darling.
if you do it right, then you don't ask them to join their cult, or you don't ask them. They ask you to join your cult.
There we go.
Yeah.
How many cults are you part of there, Scott?
I gotta tell you, being a follower is a lot more fun, but being a leader has a lot more longevity to it.
Is your name Scott?
I didn't hear you say Scott.
I'm just teasing you, cuz. Jeez.
And how do you know my name isn't Scott?
Is it? That's why I asked. Is your name Scott?
It could be.
I wouldn't believe you now. You had one chance to fool me, but your honest streak kicked in, and you didn't.
No, I'm just sniffing new book smell right now.
Sniffing, eh?
Inhaling, wafting.
Wafting is nice.
Right.
Wafting's a good word. I like wafting.
It's a very underutilized word.
It might be, yeah.
So, did you have the Rona and then you got your sense of smell back?
I don't know what I had because I don't ever get tested, so then the government can't tell me what to do.
Okay. Well,
Can't tell you to quarantine if you're not testing positive.
Yep. Can't die from COVID if you don't get tested.
now I don't feel like relating to you. Fucking. No, but if it's like when I regained the sense of smell, it was like, oh, I'm gonna go sniff everything. Like I would even sniff a dog shit. And that's how happy I was.
Were you doing that before?
No. Didn't have the time.
I'm a fucking busy man. I can't sit around and sniff dog shit all day.
You gotta pay some extra. Never get these fuckers done this. Dog shit.
Fuck. Oh, fuck. I have never really done highlights with Bugman Glow for leather, and I must say I do like the quality of values you get from using it. It gives you that worn leather kind of look, almost like saddlebags.
I use a lot of Cadian flesh.
Cadian flesh, yeah. I don't normally go with flesh when I'm doing leathers. I usually go up, like with say Ushabti bone, and then if I want it saturated again, I'll go in with a clear color, like sepia or agrax or something along those lines, right?
I find that I was gonna say I find that Cadian flesh is just too weak to sustain anything. It always breaks.
It breaks.
Huh?
What do you mean?
It turns chalky.
I mean, it burns, it crumbles, it falls before the might of my Chaos Legion.
Jesus.
All the good things.
But yeah, I might have to play with Bugman's Glow and painting leather like this again sometime, because I like the value it gets. It's almost tempting to push it like really, really harshly, but I'm just liking where it's going right now.
If you, let's say you overdo it, it's very easy to go over it with some thin down contrast.
Yeah.
If you want to push it back towards that brown.
Yeah.
The GW flashes are great for leather work. It really helps pop out. Like it looks very worn. I'm not a big fan of using those.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd imagine like Dark Oath Flesh is probably a good one to use, right?
By the end of the day, it is skin. It does make sense.
If you use like any what's the Agoras Dunes, if you want to push it yellow, Skeleton Horde, all of those they're super good to glaze something back.
Yeah. No, I'm having fun with this color. I like it. Like it's like on camera it doesn't really quite read that way, but to the eye it has it looks like saddlebag leather to me.
Yeah.
And it has that nice worn quality to it.
One of the reasons I started using Bugman's Glow was following some people's advice for doing non-metallic copper.
Oh, okay.
Use a lot of Bugman's Glow on that, and then I started, while I had it on the palette, I use it for leather and shit. I like the way it looked.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm digging it.
I don't know if you're like me, if I'm doing pouches or something like that, I've got kind of 3 or 4 sort of default. Like if I see a pouch, it's probably gonna be a Rhinox hide, and then another brown, that kind of shit. So using the flesh colors into that mix helped out a lot.
Right. Yeah, see, like for me, I usually do not fuss over little leather pouches too much. I'm usually kind of, fuck it, I'll just use contrast and just get it once and, move on. But, yeah. I mean, I'm taking my time with this model. I didn't really intend to take my time with it, but I've just been kind of enjoying it. And it's been a very, very long time since I painted anything resembling a Genestealer. And so I'm just kind of having fun with this. And I like the model. The model's pretty interesting. It's got lots of little fun little things going on. All sorts of different ways you can go about, taking this figure.
I picked up one of their dirt bike dudes.
Yeah, the dirt bikes, yeah.
And it was priced a little high for maybe I'll just pick this up and slap some paint on it.
Oh, like something just to goof around with?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a little bit pricey, yeah. Same with the trucks. I like the trucks for the Genestealers as well. All right, let's make it. Go ahead, Scott.
No, nothing. I agree. I like these trucks.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. I honestly wish that they do more of these auxiliary type of things in 40K. I don't know if they've been hanging around for a long time, but I would love if they did a civilians pack. You know how in Necromunda they just released that whole hired guns thing where it's just a box of just duders? I'd wish they'd do that for 40K with just ordinary Imperial citizens. And, just so to kind of use as objectives on the tabletop and in fact incorporate that sort of objectives in the game, because then it makes it more the situation more dire for heroes like Space Marines and what have you to save the population, so to speak, right?
I think maybe like a Mordheimer kill team, but I don't think GW wants to focus on citizens or friendly fire in their games. But like you're saying, that the new Necromunda terrain kit, that was all the market stalls and shit like that.
Yeah,
it's getting closer to what you're talking about, which I would like to see as well.
Yeah.
Just Infinity do that with their high value target guys?
Did they? I don't know. I don't follow Infinity.
Yeah, there's what's called HVTs in Infinity, high value targets. They're basically civilians running around that you save. There's a couple of them with briefcases and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know much about it, but I know they exist.
Right. Yeah.
There were a couple for fantasy way back when. There was a Moneylender, Baird Raider, that or Baird Raider, that had no game stats or value.
Yeah. Because it just would be cool, especially for scenarios, because you don't have the sense that Space Marines are the heroes, as Games Workshop would like us, to accept them as, and because they don't do anything heroic. Just fighting a gun battle against whatever, doesn't equal heroism, but fighting to protect the civilians of an Imperial world, that automatically, just by definition, makes the Space Marines or even Imperial Guards or whoever heroes, because they're sacrificing themselves to protect lives.
There was a story in one of the old second or third ed codexes when they first introduced Ogrins for Imperial Guard. There was a Imperial Guardsman had called in for support. The Space Marines came to rescue his squad, the Space Marines fought there, and when they found out that they were Ogrins and not humans, they said, "Well, see you later." They took off.
Yeah.
Absolute blatant
mean,
racism. It was pretty awesome.
Well, here's a question. Like, I don't read a whole lot of 40K novels, but I have yet to come across one in which they show up to rescue humans and not, like, another squad of Space Marines. Like, regular people are just backdrop in all the stories I've read, and they're completely expendable.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, I mean, you've got stories of, like, in the Heresy where they just flat out just trampled over people to get through.
Yeah. That a hero that does not make.
They kind of
To
go
be
out
fair,
of
they
their
weren't
way.
really heroes when they were doing it.
Right.
They-
And you could argue that is the point of 40K and their relationship with Space Marines, because Space Marines basically are just stormtroopers, right? So.
Yeah. I mean, 40K in and of itself is an entire universe of satire.
Yes.
And it's all about the fact that everyone's a villain. It's just a matter of how much of a villain they are.
Yeah.
Like, humanity is terrible. Like, the Emperor is a terrible person. And he's horribly racist and xenophobic. But he's not as evil as somebody else down the line, so you're like, alright, I'm on the Emperor's side. Because he's the least evil person.
And least evil would be Nurgle. He's very
Yeah.
thoughtful and
Yeah, Nurgle's love. Nurgle
I
is
don't know
love.
what skin on these guys' faces anymore. I use Necromunda heads, and I'm not sure if these are masks or skin half the time. I know that's a little random.
Sophie, be a good idea if they did. You could a hostage game, sisters versus cultists, and have a rescue as many citizens as possible. Yeah, exactly. And you can. They would even have dual usage, because you could use them in Necromunda, you could use them in 40K. You know, could use them all over the place for whatever scenarios, for whatever flavor.
It's felt to me for a long time like Games Workshop goes out of their way to not define what a day in the life of a citizen in any of their worlds is like, because it would be pretty terrible.
Well, yeah, I'd imagine.
you get a good glimpse from the Dark Heresy role-playing game. But that's
Yeah, and
worse, not made by.
you get a bit of it when you start looking at the Remembrancers in the Heresy, but that's only a selection of people, and not like Joe on the street, right? Like, that's a bunch of scholars who signed up, but they're still people. But they're not, average citizens, per se, like you're saying.
All I'm suggesting is just a little bit of flavor in game scenarios. And it's also an opportunity for a company who produces models to make more models.
Wait, you want narrative play?
Exactly.
How dare you?
I know. Heresy, I realize.
Oh no.
Oh no.
What a predicament.
Yeah. What will I do?
Oh my god. Yeah. That's
Oh.
the vibe I'm getting.
Oh no. Time we at here? Holy shit! It's 4 minutes after. We've already been streaming for 2 hours. God damn. I was sure we would get this son of a bitch done, but apparently not. Apparently I paint too slow.
I do love the color palette that you've used.
It's not bad. on camera, it's not quite as I don't know what the color, like blue looking.
I mean, on camera, it looks like you've approached it with kind of a more limited palette.
Yes.
I really like it.
Yeah.
But you know, that's what it looks like on camera, and we all know how that turns out.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
All right. I'll see you guys.
Later, duder. I'm ending stream now, I think, as well. Scott, before you leave,
No. Yeah.
any parting words of wisdom from you?
Fuck, man. I don't know. If you asked me how many cults I'm a part of, you gotta just keep your receipts because they are tax deductible.
That's some good advice right there. Keep your receipts when you join a cult. Yep.
Membership dues for unions and donations to Christian charities, all tax deductible, my friends.
Make sure you join the right cults, people.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the most solid advice we've had in a long time.
Yeah, I think that's the most solid advice we've had.
You win, sir.
Yeah, you win. You win, Scott. You win.
Do my best.
For the most sensible advice.
Gotta do it. See ya.
Later, dude. Cosmic, what do you got?
I have some prophetic words.
Uh-oh, okay.
The tyrannous and bloody deed is done. The most arch deed of Pietas massacre that ever yet this land was guilty of.
Okay, that's good stuff. What do you got, Barfing?
Jedis can sex, but they don't know sex.
I don't know if that's like a good thing or a bad thing.
Oh, left up to interpretation.
I guess. Because can you know sex without sex? Ah, there you go.
Well, you can't really know. You can read it out of a book, can't you?
Well, you can always go to some
Your sibling tell you.
Yeah, you can always go to some websites and stuff, right? There's some websites around.
Yeah, there's loads of websites.
Yeah.
Most of them free. Just remember incognito mode.
Mr. Kim says, remember there is no play for Mr. Gray, so paint your fucking models. And Huck, hey, good advice. Alrighty, that's it from me. Hopefully you guys got some projects done. Hopefully you got something done. Or maybe you're just checking out and just hanging and giggling like a fool, like the rest of us. That's all we can really do nowadays, but yeah. Giggle like fools. Alrighty, let's get the hell out of here.